Turkey, where Erdogan constantly brings up the Palestinian people in his prayers. Well, Turkey, factually speaking, has long trained Israeli pilots on the Konya firing range, allowing Israeli Air Force pilots to use the mountain territory to sharpen their skills at targeting Palestinian homes. And in return, Turkish pilots are also trained at the Nevatim base in occupied Palestine. In fact, Israeli company Dorad Energy supplies electricity directly to Israeli military bases. The second largest shareholder in that Israeli company was Zulu Holdings, headed by Erdogan's close friend Ahmed Zulu. In fact, the Israeli military could not operate without the oil which pumps to it from two Muslim nations. The pipeline which runs from Azerbaijan and through Turkey to Israel provides 40% of Israel's oil. This could have been cut off at any time during the genocide, but it was not. It was also exposed that 4,000 Turkish citizens went into the Israeli military and fought during the Gaza genocide. Where are the legal repercussions for those citizens? At one point, the Turkish government claimed that it cut the $10 billion a year trade it has with the Israeli government. But what was found? That in one day, the supposed trade with Palestine was massively increased. Ships, which supposedly were heading to Egypt, turned off their antennas at the last moment and redirected to the Israeli ports of Ashdod and Haifa. It was even claimed by Turkish journalist Metin Cihan that Erdogan's son, Burak Erdogan, was trading with Israel throughout the genocide through his shipping company. At one point, the Yemeni armed forces even struck a Turkish ship linked to the ruling party, operated by the Orash Shipping, a company owned by Saleh Zeki Sakir, a close associate of Erdogan's party. The Yemeni armed forces warned their brothers in Turkey to stop trading with Israel or they would be struck again. All of this is over a year into the Gaza genocide. What about Indonesia, the most populous Muslim country in the whole entire world? Despite the pro-Palestinian position taken by the government, you have several Israeli intelligence companies who have been able to implicate themselves into the functions of the state. For example, the NSO group, Kandiro, Wintego, and Intellexa are all involved in the runnings of the Indonesian security state from as far back as 2018. These are companies founded by former personnel of Israel's intelligence unit 8200. What about Pakistan, the only nuclear state in the Muslim world? Despite the fact that it has a very pro-Palestinian position, the internal intelligence functions of Pakistan are aided by Israeli company Celebrite. Pakistan uses an Israeli intelligence company, Celebrite, to hack the phones of its own citizens. All of this, when taken together, amounts to grand betrayal of the Palestinian cause and collaboration with Israel's project. What you're talking about here is a global network of intelligence agencies who have developed a reliance on Israeli technology, which renders the governments which supposedly control these agencies subject to extreme levels of leverage against them. If Israel has been able to integrate itself with the security services of states around the world, what does that mean for the functions of those institutions? How free are those politicians themselves? Greta Thunberg, a non-Muslim Swedish activist, said she is willing to die to deliver 100 kilos of flour to Gaza. Ask yourself, what have the rulers of the Muslim world given to Palestine? Despite the fact that those rulers have vast armies and navies at their disposal, they could not muster one act equal to that of Greta Thunberg and her friends. No title, no army, no government, No money, just conscience and humanity. This is a very important story which I am very grateful to Double Down News for publishing. There is a reason you won't see this story anywhere on the mainstream media. I hope that you can continue to support the work that they do here by becoming a member of the Patreon now.